Hello, welcome to my channel. I am going to show you a technique that I sort of accidentally came across. Here's an example of what it looked like when I was done. Simply just using mica powder with resin, and then I mix a lot of alcohol drops into it, and then I just drop it into the resin tray or the mold tray. So stay tuned for more, and I'll be right back. So part of my video got cut off, but basically what I did is I took some Let's Resin mica powder and I mixed it in with a little bit of the resin I had already made. Now the resin I'm using is from JDICTION, so I just prefer that brown when it comes to the epoxy resin. I do use their 3 times UV protection. Now what I'm doing is adding alcohol drops. This is 91% alcohol. As long as it's in the 90% range, you should be fine. I don't count my alcohol drops, unfortunately. I do apologize. It's really of how it feels. And what I mean by how it feels is does it feel thick when I'm stirring, or does it feel thin? And so that's what I'm doing. The colors I did use are the pink gold, the wine color, which is this color right here, and then the watermelon color. So those are the colors I'm using. They're all from Let's Resin mica powders. I'm mixing them very well. I did notice as I was mixing that some of the alcohol or the texture of what I was stirring was a little bit too thick. So you're going to see me going in with the alcohol again and just putting a little bit more. Again, it's just really a matter of how it feels. When you start dropping the mixture into the molds that already have resin poured in, you will notice that it starts sizzling. And you're going to see what I mean by that. That lets you know that you've got the perfect mixture, if that makes sense. So I'm just checking to make sure that the texture is just about right, that it's running off my stick, that is not too thick, but also not too thin. And that's how I'm doing with each one. So again, just mixing here, just making sure that it's really well mixed. When you're dealing with mica powder, the last thing you want to do is find out that you did not mix very well, and then you get almost like a these powdery type deposit throughout your piece. So you definitely don't want to do that. Now the molds I got from Etsy, so I really like this mold set. I've gotten some really good results. It's a very deep mold for jewelry, so it's a little bit different than what I usually use. And so basically what I'm doing is I'm mixing or making sure the resin there's no bubbles. I've been letting it sit for a while. It started to get a little too warm, so I want to definitely make sure I put it in a pixie cup. Makes it a lot easier in regards to pouring it into the trays. I'm going to pour it, and then I'll start placing those drops in. So I think we're going to start over here. And I feel it to where it's almost full, but not quite. Not sure if you could see that. Okay. I will know if this works if it starts doing what I want it to do. May need a little bit more alcohol because it's not doing what I wanted. Let's try the other ones. I'm going to use the same one and see if they start expanding. And they're not. This tells me right away that I'm going to need some more alcohol. Okay. Definitely need more alcohol. That's fine. So we're going to let that sit for a while I put some more alcohol in. Okay. You'll know when it's right because you'll see the difference when it drops in on how it expands. So I put the same equal amounts in each and just stirring in the alcohol that I just put in. Sorry, I was off camera. And I'm going to see if this new batch works. Okay. Almost. Actually, I think that red, see how that's expanding? You'll be able to tell it's ready when it starts doing its thing. So the red is definitely good, that wine color. I'm just going to put a tad bit in the pinks. Just putting a few more drops is all. Because we're just about there. Don't mean to do that. Yeah, I think it's finally there. It's sort of reacting in the measuring. Okay. Did not mean to do that. I'm just going to sit and watch while that reacts, while I put some in some of the other ones. It doesn't really matter, you know, how many drops you're putting in, just because it's all going to be, you know, a little bit different later. That almost looks like flowers. That's crazy. Now, a couple of these, what I'm going to do, because I'm just trying to see if it works, I don't know if it's going to, is I'm going to use that white sinker from Let's Resin. I really like it. And I'm curious to know trying to make sure I've got all the pieces. You can see how they've all changed. just from me dropping them in. So I'm interested in seeing what this white does. Do you want to make sure? Okay, I'm not sure if it's going to do anything, but we're just going to see. I'll do it on this one. Do it on this one. The thing about these resin bottles I really do not like is, you see how that came out? You get ink that spills right in between there. They really need to redesign these bottles because that is so irritating as an artist, because I'm afraid of getting other ones mixed up. I'm going to take it down for a closer look so you can start to see what's going on. So that is the reaction. Again, I'm interested to see, because this is mica powder. It's not alcohol ink. We made it into alcohol ink, and it's going to be interested. This one has a little bit too much resin. To see, look at that. What happens? That looks really cool. So, I'm going to put you on pause, and we'll be back when it's time to do some little designs with the toothpick. And we are back. It's time to do some stirring. So I went ahead and already stirred this one. So I'm going to go into this one. Start from the outside. Now I'm making sure I do not touch the bottom. But that's really pretty. So this one's going to be a little bit different. Make sure you wipe off the excess stuff. So I'm not sure how these white ones are going to come out. Because they're a little bit different. Some of these I'm not going to actually stir. I'm very curious to know how they turn out without stirring. So like that one, I think just like that. Because I'm very interested in seeing how some of these react. So let's go ahead and do this one. Hello, we are back. I ended up also, while I was waiting, doing some just regular alcohol inks with the white from Let's Resin because I wanted to make a lot more. So anyways, let's go ahead and get started. I'm very interested in how these look. Here's the first one. This came out interesting. It's interesting how the colors sort of just almost they just all merge together. It's very weird. Huh. But that's the first one. It looks really good though. Okay. That one's very interesting and cool too. So this is that one. But do you see how it's, yeah, it sort of has that effect like this one has. But it's a different color, so it's not as precise. Okay, so let's get on to the next one. Let's get some of these little ones out of the way, if I can. Okay, so here's one of the little ones that was on the end. So this one's very interesting. Okay, this one is very, sorry, I'm still at all over this one. Almost looks like a bird flying. Okay. I want to look at this one. Is actually a little bit still. We'll go for this one. This is one of the bigger ones. Oh, wow. Do you see? And I didn't have to use the white alcohol ink. So I really don't think it's the alcohol ink that causes it. I think it's something with the actual alcohol. But that is really pretty, and I love how it's like very 3D. Wow, I like that one. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Now this is one of the ones I did put the white alcohol ink on the back. I'm not sure. Oh, wow. That did not come out the way I wanted it to. Well, this one is not a very good one. So the white didn't even soak into it at all. Okay, well, we got one that's bad. Let's check out the other ones. That one actually came out really good. It's got a lot of depth. Yeah, I like that one a lot. Wow, that one's really pretty. And you see how thick it is? I really like that. Okay, very happy with this one. Let's get some of these little ones out. Now I do like these little ones. And again, there is no white sinker at all. It was literally the alcohol and the mica. So you can still get the same feathery look without having to use a white sinker and with mica powder. So the problem is there's not a way. I have to see if I can use different colors that aren't as similar, but again, I'm still figuring this out. It almost looks like amber. It's really interesting. Okay. Let me get another one of the white ones out. Let's see how this one turned out. Okay, that's the back. Wow. Looks like a wave. And like there's like almost like a sunset in the background. That is really cool. Oh my gosh. I really like that one. That one makes me really happy. Okay, this one I'm really interested in because this is the one where the white actually soaked in. So, I am interested to see. Okay, so 1, 2. I almost like the back better. But that's the front. I'm not sure what that is. That's an okay one. Let's undo some of the other white ones. As you could tell, I had some white that fell into that one by accident. Here's this one. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. That is really cool. Wow. I really like that one. Let's get the last one that had the white. Oops. Oh. Where'd it go? Okay. So here's the last one. I like that one. It's really pretty. Again, I love this mold. I got it in Etsy, and it's just so thick. Oh, there's some blue. That is a bummer. Not sure if you could see that, but I don't know if I could send that out. We'll see. I'm interested to see how the other ones turned out without the whiteness. Of course, that thing totally fell out. So there's that one. And the thing came right off. It's the only thing with these, I've noticed that the little things come off very easily. So this one, I think, is one I did not swirl. And I love it. Look at that. Oh my gosh. So pretty. And look at that details of the feathers. No uh, alcohol white. That is insane. Wow. Oh my gosh. Okay, I really am liking this new technique that I stumbled on. Okay, here's another one. This one I believe is swirled. That's interesting. Huh. Very interesting. Okay. This one I did not swirl. So I'm very interested to see how this one turned out. Wow. Oh my God, it's beautiful. The trick is to not swirl. Look at the difference it makes. Wow. That is incredible. See if I can get close. Wow. That is shocking. That came out really good. Oh my God, it's really pretty. Oh my God, I can't believe how well it came out. Here is another one. This one I believe is, I did swirl. Almost looks like it upside down. And again, no white used. You can actually see the colors. This is all with mica and alcohol. This one I did swirl. You could tell. Wow. I can almost see like an animal with horns. Like a mountain goat almost. That's interesting. Yeah. Wow. These are really, really pretty. This one I swirled. This one is more see-through. So if I wanted to, I can probably do a layer of the mica and resin back here if I wanted to. This one I'm very interested in. I did not swirl this one. Wow. It is so pretty. Huh. It's fascinating. Okay. Gosh, I got so much new jewelry now. This one, some white spilled on it, but it was after it had already. So I'm hoping it didn't do anything. And it did not. Oh my God, that looks so good. Yeah, I did not swirl this one either. Trying to show the... That's really pretty. Okay. Gosh, I really love these. Really loving this piece right here. This one though, if I take my hand away, it's actually see-through. Interesting. Are they all like that? They sort of all are like that in a way. Huh. No, that one's pretty dark. Okay, well, I've got one more over here, but it's taken a while. It's still a little bit on the soft side. No, it's not. But look how clear this one is. So, but when you're wearing it as a necklace, it's going to be up against your skin anyways. So I don't think that really matters. But that is pretty. Okay, so that is that. Now, I did a bunch of these other ones. This one, don't mind the back. It really got messed up, but I don't think it's going to take away from the front. At least I hope not. This one, I actually used black. So I'm interested to see how it turned out. Yeah, this one has definitely some pores. Came out definitely very different than what I was expecting. Oh wow, look at that. Oh my God. I mean, that looks like almost like COVID. Ah, it's very interesting. I'm not sure what to make of that one. This one, I had a bunch of different colors together. It's a pretty big one. There's a little bit right there. See, it's a little see-through. Okay. Wow. Oh my God. That came out incredible. I mean, look at the details. And it's so 3D. Did you see that? Wow. That came out so good. I mean, the back is a hot mess, but it's like, oh my God. That, I have to say, is my best one yet. I am obsessed with this mold. I really love the 3D effects you get because it's thick versus the other molds I have. Now, this one, almost looks like a rose. Huh. That's a little bit of blue in there. I don't like that. And you can't really see from far away, but I could see up close. We'll have to see. This one is a little bit different shape than what you're probably used to seeing. I do need to trim it. Where's my scissors? So I'm obviously gonna have to file it down, but that's the back. And this, you almost can't focus on it because of how skinny it is. I almost like the back butter. This is interesting. So that one is that. I'm not sure what to think of that. This one was done in a mold that the thing actually came out when I used it last. So the only thing about this mold is these little things, they sometimes come right off. And I even sprayed it down too. So here's the back of this one. Oh, wow. God. Look at that. Do you guys see that? Wow. It looks like blue flames. Would probably make a hole right there. That part is going to bother me. Wow. But that came out really good. Okay, so here's this mold set. You're going to see the difference because these are more like 3Ds. These aren't because they're a lot smaller. So here's this one. These all go into bezels. You could tell I used too much white. Okay, I'm going to see a face in there. Let's do this one. This one was a little different. Wow. Huh. That came out very interesting. Wow. Huh. Fascinating. Okay, let's check out this one. This one reminds me of fire. Wow. This one sort of has the 3D look. Wow. God, that's beautiful. That is beautiful. That is, wow. I really like that one. Let's do this one. And this is just yellow. It's so interesting when I use the yellow. I put it right near the blue and it turns green. It almost reminds me of the lights. And look at that. You can't even see it on this side. It looks like an eyeball. I mean, sorry, the focus. This looks like eyelashes. How weird is that? You can't even see all that. God, I almost like the back better. Okay, that was a little disappointing. So I hope these other ones came out good. Let's try this one. Oh, this one came out good. Wow. Look at that. Definitely has some spores on the sides. But wow. That came out so good. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let me get out this one. This one, at least the back side, almost reminds me of, like, you know, American colors. Oh, I don't like it. Look at that. The spores really came up. Too much white. Oh, it's such a bummer because I really like that back side. Okay, well, on to the next. Let's do this pink one. It's okay. Not liking this part at all. I like the smoky mixed with the feather look. But I'm not liking that edge. Okay. I'm loving the backs, but it's like I turn them over and they look horrible. That one is interesting. Trying to get it to focus. It's, sorry, almost reminds me of a peacock. Like the colors. Okay, let's try some of these little ones. This one was just red. Wow. I mean, that is a little freaky. I gotta see this off the mirror. Yeah. That's crazy. Okay. Here's another pink one I did. Again, I'm loving the back. Oh, the front's sort of cute. It's different. Okay. This one sort of messed up with the colors. I don't think it's going to come out very well. Oh, wow. That actually came out really good. Oh my God. Oh, wow. That's a shocking one. Wow. Just a reminder, don't judge the book by the cover. So here's this one. Oh, that's interesting. That little edge right there. Huh. Sorry, my fingernails look horrible. And I've got dye all over them. I've got artist hands. What can I say? Let's look at the heart. Wow. That came out so good. Oh my God. That is really That's really cool. Oh my gosh, that is crazy. Okay. Now I did some of these yellow ones because I do have an older. So, oh, I did too much white. Look at that. That bothers me. And there's that. So this is definitely a no. That's a bummer. Yeah, I need to not do so much of the white because it's causing these spores. I'm going to have to try again. It's not coming out the way I like. Now that one actually came out really good. Just don't know if it's going to fit the pendant that she wants it on. So we'll have to see. But that one actually came out really nice. And then I have one more. So I just keep making a bunch of these so I can pick the best ones. That one's really cool. We'll have to see when it sits in if you can see that or not. Because if you can't, then it's perfect. That's really good. So these I'm really excited about. This one I did not swirl, and I did not swirl on this one. So this one reminds me of my paintings I do. So I'm really hoping it looks good. Wow. It's like, it almost looks like fabric, and it has like a smoky blue. Sorry, I wish I didn't have that light, but then I guess you want to be able to see it. It's very interesting. It's very dark, so I would definitely need to have it on a silver. And here's the last one that I did not do. God, that looks so pretty on the backside. Very interesting. Ah, so many spores. I don't think this one's going to be usable because of all those spores. I really don't like that. That drives me crazy. I love the feathery look. I'll have to put it in and see. But God, do I love the back. I mean, that is just beautiful. Well, that is it. Thank you so much for watching.